All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you how to set up some shipping. Just a caveat, some of yours interfaces, the user interface right here will look different than mine. It's okay. The concept is the same. So what I want to do here is go to settings. Right here is shipping and delivery. Click that. Okay. Now there's a couple of things going on here that look a little newer than they used to not too long ago, right? So if you haven't seen this in a minute, look at that. Now these are the suppliers that we set up. That's important. I want to talk about right now the general shipping rates. Going in here, this is where, look right here. You can't see it like that. All products not in other profiles. The other profiles are the app profiles I just showed you. Newly created products are added to this profile. Okay, so you can see all these products, right? Looks like shine on stuff, and there's probably a lot of apparel in here. This is down here. You're going to see domestic. We have a free shipping marker in here at $60 and up. That's important. But what about our strategy in terms of shipping? There's two things that are really important, all right, that shipping does. Costs, incentives. That's like charging shipping, I should say. All right, what do I mean by this? We want to, one, with our shipping setup, we want to cover our costs or incentivize higher purchases, and then we kind of absorb some more costs. That's our goal with our shipping, okay? The big thing to realize here is that once you start getting a lot of things going on in terms of your products and your price points, and there's a lot going on, there's some difficulty when it comes to tracking all of this. And the most simple thing that I've learned how to do is to utilize what is called weight, all right? So if you look, this is in editing. Let me back up a little bit. This is in a product. We'll go to our products, and we'll look at this shirt right here. If I click this, this is going to be different for the suppliers that you use, but pretty much the same. But there might be like minor nuances in terms of what weight. The suppliers, when you upload a product, will have a weight in here for the most part, right? But if you need to check, you just do what I just did here. Select all of these, hit bulk edit, and then here's the weight. If you don't see the weight, it's under columns, search for weight, and then include it. 140 grams, for some reason it's grams. 140 grams is 0.3 pounds. Okay? It's important to remember. 0.3, it's 0.0, there we go. It's 0.309 pounds. All right? Remember that. When we're setting up our shipping rates, I like to use weight, and so I can cover some costs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use flat rate, express 1 to 2 days. We're not really going to be able to do that. I don't know what gelato is, so check with your supplier, and you can use one of these presets, or custom says shipping and handling. Okay, pretty straightforward. You can put estimated 5-7 days. Whatever you want there, that's fine. Just check with your supplier, see how long it takes in order to actually ship it. People look for that information, it's good to include it. The first amount I would suggest is $5.99. That should cover like one item with a little bit of leg room. It's not too much. It is up from a couple of years ago where I would suggest $4.99, but gas is up to whatever. It's coming down a little bit and goes back up, comes down, whatever. Just stick with $5.99 and hopefully cover yourself plus a little bit of margin for yourself because you got handling and returns, so on and so forth. The most important thing here is add conditional pricing. And we're going to be based on item weight. So that looks familiar, right? And I'm using pounds here. And what I would say is 0.5, a half pound, okay? Wait, sorry. I'm not sure what just happened there. 0.5. There we go. So 0.5 pounds, half pound is $5.99. So it might go up a little bit if you do 2 items, right? So here we go. Add rate again. Use custom name, shipping and handling, estimated 5-7 days. Again, check on it. Price, say $9.99. Okay? Add conditional pricing based on weight. Minimum weight is now 0.51, so slightly over a half pound, to say 1. Now you're going to go at 3 pounds, or 0.3 pounds, I should say, of that first shirt we checked. If somebody buys 3 shirts, it's still in this target. But if they buy 4, it would go higher, right? The other thing is like a hoodie is more expensive, so it's definitely going to be more expensive to ship. So the easiest thing to kind of do is to look at the shipping rates provided by your supplier and then pass that along here, and they just simplify it as you can. Just have 1, 2 items like this, but this will cover 3, so you charge it, and if you're making money on it, or if you're breaking even on it, it's good up to a certain point. That point, for me, is where this free shipping comes into play. So if I say edit a rate here, I can do it based on price. It looks different. So a baseline for you to start is, say, $75. And I say baseline because you're not going to know your math here, and I'm about to show you. So that's $75 and it's free. So if somebody puts $75 or more into their cart, they will see a free shipping option. The goal here, guys, is if my one item is $30, 2 items is, say, $60, that means they have to buy what? Pretty much 3 items, $90, which is higher, obviously, than 75. And then you're going to take, say, $10 off of it. But they bought 3 items. And if you're, say you're just, again, round easy numbers, this is why it's beneficial to do this. If your shirts are, say, shirts are $10 each, right? So you got 1 shirt costs you $10, 2 shirts cost you 20, 3 shirts cost you 30. You have a $60 margin here. Okay, great. And I'm using round numbers. But if that's your margin, that's great. So you're giving them, so if they were going to buy 1 item, but they got to stretch themselves to buy over 75, and they go all the way up here, where your margin is 60, and your margin here is 20. You just got $40 more, right? But you gave them the shipping, which is 10. You just made out $30 more. That's why companies offer you free shipping when there is a threshold. Even if you set it at 75, you got to do the math really quickly that, oh, it's kind of tough for them to get to 75 without going way over it. And even if they did, I'd still have to make out, I think, $15 more, right? That's why you have that free shipping. So that's where, to go back here, that's where this comes into play. That's a good place to start, and then you can raise it or lower it as time goes, be based off of what your average order value is. Say your average order value, which is in your Shopify analytics, once you start getting some sales, say that's at 50, then $75 is good. But if your average order value comes in at like 75, which is amazing, by the way, you want to stretch them up to like 100, because the goal here, again, is incentive. We're incentivizing them to spend more money with us above and beyond where they are, okay? So that's shipping, right? The other thing to show you here is you do the exact same thing with the rest of the world. This is going to be like where you're shopping from, right? Or where your customer's shopping from, I should say. And you can go with shipping zone, I believe. Oops. You can add more here, or you can stick with the rest of the world. I would just stick with the rest of the world, and then use flat rate. International shipping, be custom, call it international, and then check your gelato pricing or whoever you're using to see that international pricing, and add that in here, and that will be part of it. And if you start to sell to Canada or whatever, build it out just like this, but more expensive, and I'd be really careful with any sort of free shipping on this. You can go higher than this, right, if you want to. If you take away the free shipping, you could build this up to always taking the math, just looking at the math of what Gelato says. Hey, 5 pounds, and hit them up too, right? They have a customer support. At 5 pounds, what's your shipping? Oh, it's $30. Okay, well, in your store, set $5, just like I should have 0.5 here. Do $5 and then cover your costs, so it's like $35 a ship or something like that. But it does start to get a little crazy at some point. This is a good baseline for any of you guys just starting, and you can always tweak over into the future. So save here, keep it simple. The last thing I want to show you is apps. So if I have this Printify app, if you open this up, you can see I have 5 products that are within that, okay? No shipping rates, but 5 products are here. What I could do, if I started noticing things are in here, I got to add rates, or all I got to do is hit this, hit save, clear that product out of that app. Where does that product go? It goes in here. Now it's part of this shipping rate, which I would prefer all of your store just is on one shipping rate, because it gets kind of messy if you have multiple suppliers and you start charging people like crazy amounts of shipping because it stacks, right? It's Printify and Gelato and Printful. It could be crazy shipping and prevent you from getting the order, versus you just having this set rate and absorbing some of it in your margin of your shirts. Be careful, but pay attention to it. But this is the better route. One store shipping is what I've seen improve conversions, especially at your start, and then you can revisit it going forward in the future. That's what I have for you. This is the shipping video. Again, your user interface might look a little different, but overall, this is the updated shipping video that should help you out getting these things going. It's easy to take things and just delete, add, subtract, tweak, monitor charges as they come in, and yeah, go sell some shirts.